Pittsburg State University has benefited from countless hometown athletes over its 100-plus year history. And for the men's track and field program, perhaps no local product has made a more significant impact for the Gorillas than Ryan Keith. A standout basketball, football, and track athlete at Pittsburg High School, Keith originally signed with the University of Arkansas. But a year later, he returned to Pittsburg and joined the Gorillas roster in '93. And by the time he had graduated in 1996, Keith had earned all MIAA honors on 12 occasions and All-American honors 6 times, including capturing the NCAA Division II National Championship in the indoor shot put as a junior in 1995.
I think it's very special, I guess extra special in Ryan's case to come into the Hall of Fame, at least from my perspective, because Ryan is a young man who grew up right in the backyard of Pittsburg State University, so special thing from that standpoint as well.
Keith quietly set about making his mark on the program from the onset. He captured a pair of MIAA shot put titles as a freshman in 1993 and never finished lower than second in the shot put in conference competition, winning 4 MIAA titles and finishing as the conference runner-up 4 times. Because of this, both his teammates and his rivals took notice of his talents.
Ryan was extremely well liked by all of his teammates and surprisingly by I think all of his opponents as well. While he was well liked, he was also very highly respected. I think that goes back to his work ethic and just how important this whole endeavor was to him. But being well liked and respected at the same time, that's kind of tricky as well. One of the main things I remember about Ryan that sort of distinguished him from other throwers is he was a pretty quiet guy, and that's not something you would say of most throwers, especially from his era.
As a freshman, he earned All-American honors with a 4th place showing at Outdoor Nationals with a throw of 56 feet and 1/2 inch. He earned All-American honors all 4 years during the outdoor season, finishing as high as 3rd as a senior in 1996. He captured the 1995 Indoor National Championship in the discipline with a winning throw of 58 feet, 1 3/4 inches, a mark that stood as the school record for 15 years.
Now, while he was quiet, he was certainly had plenty of confidence. He had a quiet confidence about him that really enabled him to beat a lot of people that were more talented. He was never the biggest and strongest guy in a competition, but one thing he did better than probably anyone he threw against, at least at our level, was that he really perfected his technique. He was meticulous about maximizing every aspect of his technique.
Keith's efforts helped elevate his team's performances, and while enjoying his best individual performance at the 1995 Indoor National Meet, his Gorilla teammates came together to lead Pitt State to a 3rd place national finish, the program's top all-time mark.
The team effort was always really important to Ryan, and of course, we love to win conference championships around here and certainly want to represent Pittsburg State at the national level as well as we can. And Ryan was completely on board with that, and he was a great competitor for us at the conference level and at the national level, and that's not easy to do. I think one thing that is special about Ryan's time here was that he was part of a team 1995 that finished, that had the highest finish of any Pittsburg State team, the National Indoor Championships. He led a team by winning the National Indoor title that placed 3rd overall, and that was a big surprise for us to place 3rd. And he was a very, very important part of that. So that's a strong memory that we'll all have, I think.
The Pitt State men's track and field program has a tremendous history of accomplished shot putters, and Keith had tremendous pressure to live up to that tradition. By the time he completed his career, he became the latest standard bearer for future Gorillas to measure success against. And today, he becomes the latest Gorilla shot putter to take his rightful place in the PSU Athletics Hall of Fame.
And at this time, it's my distinct pleasure and my honor to welcome Ryan Keith into the Pittsburg State Athletics Hall of Fame.
Okay. I'll be honest, I'm nervous as hell. I'm going to apologize beforehand if I miss anything. First off, I want to thank Dan and his staff and everybody on the Hall of Fame committee. Excellent job today. Thank you for dusting off some old files, remembering all of this. Next is my wife, Audra, with my 3 beautiful kids, 12 and short, Avery. My wife had absolutely nothing to do with my throwing career. She enjoys joking how I used to play with my big metal balls when I was in college. I believe it is the biblical law that you have to thank your wife no matter what. Next up is my mom. Kind of falls in the same category. She didn't fetch a lot of our shot puts, discuses, or the occasional javelin for us, but she did love us. She did support us. And there was some third thing. Oh, that's right. She gave birth to me. So without that, I don't think I would be here today. So. My family, grandparents, some of which aren't with us anymore, but they were always there to support me. My brother Scott, who was my direct competitor for a number of years, he broke a lot of my early records and was a national champion in his own right. So I was very thankful to have him. Coaches, so many throughout the years from middle school, high school, and college. Two in particular, though, that I want to call out. There's one, certainly my head coach here, Russ Hewitt. Russ gave me every opportunity to exceed here at Pittsburg State, and I'd like to think the fact I'm up here today kind of represents that worked out pretty well for both of us. And secondly is my high school football coach, who we just spent a little while ago, Larry Garman. Larry he's had an impact on thousands of young men throughout his time here at Southeast Kansas, and he certainly meant the world to me as well. And it was actually a bigger honor for me knowing that I was going into the hole with you today, Coach. So thank you and congratulations. Maria, my throwing partner, while I was here on the women's side, she kept things entertaining for us. She was a tough competitor in her own right, and it was great to have her here. Congratulations to you. Last but not least, as far as individuals go, my dad, Robert Keith. My dad's really the reason I'm standing here today. He spent countless hours with my brother and I out in my front yard, throwing shot, throwing discus, shooting baskets, playing catch. And without him, I know I certainly wouldn't be here today, so I certainly want to take the time to talk about that. And finally, to all of you, I think all of us certainly have great respect for the fact that you showed up this morning. But beyond that you continue to support this university and all student athletes, not just at the collegiate level, but the high school level, middle school levels. And it's really